say how'd they do that.
That is almost impossible, folks.
A crazy combination of speed, creativity, and an unceasing desire to get that ball back by any means necessary. Equal parts magician and superhero, they are the shot makers. They put the ball in places you didn't think possible with shots that seem supernatural. Join us as we count down the players that have a penchant for pizzazz. And remember, for safety's sake, don't try this at home. These are the best of 5 shot makers.
No way!
There are players who take it slow and steady, erring on the side of caution. Then there are the loose cannons who think the words forehand and backhand are only abstract suggestions. These are the shot makers.
A good shot maker's got to be creative. Have something a little extra special than just your typical forehand and backhand. Not only playing outside the box, but thinking outside the box.
If tennis players were boxers, then that shot maker moment would be where that punch just comes and just really knocks you out.
Got to be kidding me!
The guy that can hit the, between the legs, over the shoulder, put the blindfold on.
Someone who's got a little flair, whether it's a between-the-legs shot or a flick of some kind.
The things that you can't do when you're at the public quarter in your country club.
Brilliant tennis!
When it's really important, maybe a 30-yard point or a break point and produce, an amazing passing shot down the line, which I did today, by the way.
Every point you get a chance to create something, and next thing you know, abracadabra, and then you got it.
Being able to create angles, can hit drop shots, or can just hit flashy 100-mile-an-hour forehands from any place in the court.
He just hits a rocket.
You have the guys that strike the ball really well, and then you have the guys that are great athletes. When you get guys that can do both, that tends to be the most spectacular shot-making sequences.
Stunning.
Shot maker is usually, in my eyes, someone who's French, someone who has a lot of flair, someone who goes for a shot that might not be the best shot to hit at that point, but maybe it's the most creative shot, someone who really is hitting a shot that no one else can hit.
Our first shot maker excelled at shaking things up, often jarring his opponents more with screams than strokes.
Way behind the line! You guys don't know what the hell is going on!
But the miraculous shots he could pull off made him a champion and left his fans in awe. At number 5, the one and only John McEnroe.
John McEnroe was a shot maker. He was not as powerful as Ivan Lendl, for example, but he was a shot maker.
Obviously, John had incredible talent and hands, and he was able to hit some volleys and half volleys, which just defied logic.
He was, in a way, following in the footsteps of Laver, and he came up with shots at different times that were rather dazzling.
John was able to not just play well and compete well, but to improvise, make up things as he went along.
And he'll get back. His work around the net was unbelievable. I mean, low balls and wide volleys, his hands and short angles and lots of spin.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a better volleyer than John McEnroe. I don't think it's a pretty volley, but his ability to deflect shots that were absolutely out of his reach, whether they were, at the tip of his toes or they were stretched wide, he could stab at it, and it would just die over the net.
The angles of the volleys made McEnroe such an incredible shot maker.
All right, John McEnroe.
When Johnny Mac burst on the scene at the Wimbledon Championships in 1977 as an 18-year-old amateur, he not only made the semifinals, he proved his talent would rival the best for years to come.
At the time, Borg and Connors were much more grooved, taught, developed players. But I would say McEnroe brought this sort of genius of hand-eye coordination, ability to hit shots out of nowhere.
My goal was to sort of elevate the game, to sort of take a mixture of the players that you respected or idolized, along with hopefully adding a little something unique.
With an incredible ability to control his strokes while on the run, John amassed 7 majors during his Hall of Fame career, 3 Wimbledon championships, and 4 U.S. Opens. Currently making waves on the senior tour, our number 5 shot maker shows no signs of slowing down. Coming up next, a lady with enough improvisational skills to put Wayne Brady to shame.
It's a brand new season of the series counting down all things tennis. Best of 5, continuing this week with more all-new episodes. Next, their backs were to the wall.
She's still in shock. I can't believe I won.
They were down, but not quite out.
I never in a million years thought I would come back and win that match.
Ranking the greatest in-match turnarounds in tennis history.
Djokovic beats the 5-time champion.
Best of 5 comebacks tomorrow at 7 p.m. only on Tennis Channel.
2011 was by far my most successful season. Came to semifinals of US Open. I played Roger. I was 2 sets down, but I never stopped believing. I really wanted to come back and I wanted to fight my way through. I was 2 match points down in his serve and I made a crazy return. Probably the best shot I ever played. It was one of the most exciting wins I had.
Watch the 2014 US Open on Tennis Channel, August 25th through September 8th.
Tennis Channel presents Trailblazers, honoring those players who lifted the sport to legendary heights. Between 1988 and 1990, Wimbledon was dominated by 2 players, German Boris Becker and Sweden's Stefan Edberg.
The first final we had was in 1988.
Wimbledon was a tournament that I knew that I could win one day. In '88, I got my chance. Obviously, Boris was the favorite going into the final. We got off to a start on Sunday.
I was winning. I won the first set. I was up a break in the second set.
And then the rain came and we had to get back the following day.
So we came back on a Monday and I had no clue what I was doing out there.
When I did win the tiebreaker, it was just feeling the flow again, and I felt I was in charge. And winning Wimbledon as a Swede is probably the best thing you can do.
Edberg's win gave him his first Wimbledon title and 3rd overall major. The following year, Becker aimed to reclaim the Wimbledon crown.
I, for some reason, was the favorite going into that final. He had the momentum, and I got off to an awful start. Losing first set 6-love in a Grand Slam is not really what you want. Once Becker is ahead, powering down his serve, it's tough to get back. So 89 was a disappointment.
Becker's '89 victory gave him his 3rd Wimbledon title, and he looked forward to chasing another title the following year. Once again, it would be his serve and volley rival standing in his way.
The ultimate match was the 1990 final. I had a terrible start and I lost easy the first 2 sets.
I was just cruising. Suddenly, change of wind.
I came back and won the 3rd and the 4th set. And I was up 4-1 in the 5th set, and then you imagine what I'm going to close out the match.
He made one huge mistake, then they sort of gave me the break back, and then I felt, okay, he's going to give me another chance. I'm going to try to take it.
He came up and ended up winning 6-4 in the 5th against me, and so that's why he got me 2 out of 3.
This has been Trailblazers, honoring the greats of the game.
Welcome back to the Best of 5 Shot Makers. The unique thing about shot makers is no 2 are alike. Where McEnroe used his fiery temper and lefty touch, our number 4 shot maker uses her creativity and improvisation to stun her opponents. At number 4, Agnieszka Radwanska.
Oh, Radwanska, she's amazing. Just her feel and the fact that today's game is primarily a baseline, aggressive game, and that she's able to come in and do things with the ball that it's almost like a yo-yo, that the ball's attached.
Agnieszka Radwanska, to me, is a witch. The feel that she has, you can't teach that. So she'll be running this way, running that way, down squats. Her improv skills are stupid.
Radwanska's got a great imagination, and she's got a great ability to generate different spins.
On court, you don't have much time to think. You just want to win the point. Doesn't matter how it looks like and what shot it is. You just do it.
She not only amazes her fans with her mind-boggling moves, she earns even more respect and awe from her opponents.
Everybody in tennis remembers the shot that she hit in Miami.
Her back was to the net. She's not even looking. She flicks a racket behind her back. The ball not only goes over the net, it's a winner. It's like something you'd have to go to the circus to see.
Oh, my goodness gracious me.
It goes to the fact that she has such great hand-eye coordination.
It's like something that doesn't happen in reality. It's like a Matrix type of shot.
Oh, you gotta be kidding! Shot of the year so far!
Radwanska, idea of a really crafty player, someone who's very creative, who has to make up for what she doesn't have physically, mentally.
That is too good.
Radwanska proved that she's more than just a flashy player. In 2012, she became the first Polish player in the Open era to make the final of a major at Wimbledon.
Oh, that's special.
Going up against Serena Williams, she used every trick in her shotmaker arsenal to take Serena to 3 sets, ultimately falling to Williams 6-2 in the third.
It was my first major final, so that was the huge day for me. Just realized I just reached the level that I wanted to be when I was a kid.
With Radwanska's ability to anticipate her opponent's moves and get the ball where it needs to be, it's no wonder she's been voted as WTA's most popular player. Ranked as high as number 2 on the court, she enters our list as the number 4 shotmaker. The senior circuit is where you'll find our next shotmaker, but don't let his age fool you. He can do more with a ball than most players, past or present, can only dream of. At number 3, Mansour Bahrami.
I don't know really if he's from this planet. Mansour Bahrami just brings stuff to the court that just makes me laugh.
Mansour's kind of patented making a living on being, you know, the trickster.
He can hold 7 balls and serve. He can serve backwards.
He can hit drop shots, he can hit top spin lobs, he does this whole thing where he tosses the balls up in the air and he catches them in his pockets, and he's created a whole act that's pretty amazing.
Mansour Bahrami's professional career is unlike any other on the countdown. With no access to courts or equipment as a child in Iran, Bahrami taught himself to play tennis using a broomstick and a dustpan.
People tell me, how do you do all these shots, the between the legs, this, I do so many tricks I can do in tennis. I was doing all this with a piece of wood. You know, once I had the racket in my hand, everything was much easier.
Bahrami learned quickly and played his first Davis Cup at 16, but his momentum was cut short after tennis was banned in the 1970s following the fundamentalist revolution in Iran. Bahrami was able to sneak into France, but would not be able to showcase his talents on tour until he was 30 years old.
What I did in the tennis was after age of 30, because I couldn't play between age 20 to 30. I didn't play professional tennis.
Now here's the kicker with Mansour. He's dead on serious when he's doing these shots and he's bouncing the ball and he's, stalking his opponent. You know, in his head, that's normal tennis.
So many times I could have won many matches and I lost because I was just in the match point. For me, I would try something stupid and I would lose the match.
He's a little bit of clown, and he likes it, and he's made a lot of money that way. And he was a guy who had fairly limited talent, and yet he worked his way around the court and could hit just about any shot.
It's the sort of circus aspect of the game, and just sort of like fun to see people just have so much control with the stick and the ball to be able to like make these sort of crazy things happen.
I can't imagine myself not playing tennis. I love playing tennis. I love to see people who come to watch me and they leave with a big smile. For me, is worth more than anything.
Most assume Bahrami's career highlight is reaching the doubles final at Roland Garros in 1989. But to Bahrami, every day on court is a pure joy, and every smile he puts on a fan's face is victory. And that's why he's our number 3 shot maker. Coming up next, the next generation learns from the masters when we return with our top 2 shot makers.
So our anniversary is coming up, and our in-laws have agreed to take care of our kid for a night.
So we can finally get some sleep. The hotel has to be right.
With Hotwire, you can get a 4-star hotel for up to 60% off, even at the last minute.
In the neighborhood where we want to go?
Yes. You just won't know the name until after you book.
Definitely. It's all about sleep.
Not all about sleep.
Well, for me, it is.
Lucky me.
Get last-minute hotel deals on Hotwire.
Hey everybody, I'm Julianne Hough. If you're struggling with acne, if you're just sick of the breakouts and feel like giving up, don't.
Announcing all new Proactive Plus.
Our breakthrough combination of smarter acne medicine plus ultra-perfecting skincare.
What does the plus mean? It means more. More medicine that now works even faster, and more skin-loving solutions for a clear, bright, beautiful complexion.
The results were crazy incredible. My skin was getting brighter, my breakouts were clearing up. I don't think my skin has ever looked this good.
Now's the time to call 1-800-344-8769 to try this revolutionary new acne system and get 3 free gifts, a $96 value for just $29.95. And today, shipping is free.
You deserve to feel confident with skin that's more beautiful than you ever dreamed possible. And now you can with Proactive Plus.
Call now.
They're on the move all around the globe. Follow the game's greatest players as they travel to the 4 corners of the earth with ATP World Tour Uncovered. From inside the locker room to the heat of the match. Whether celebrating in the spotlight or partying out on the town, it's a unique view inside the world of men's professional tennis. Don't miss an all-new ATP World Tour Uncovered, Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. on Tennis Channel.
When I was young, it was just the sport that I always loved. I really enjoy competition. It's a very big mental game. Of course, if my game doesn't work, then try another thing. And I enjoy going out there and just giving the best of myself.
It's the U.S. Open Sweepstakes, presented by Mercedes-Benz. Your chance for the trip of a lifetime to see the year's